TV 1061, conceptualizing your ideas across the world and beyond. TV 1061, conceptualizing your ideas across the world and beyond. TV 1061, conceptualizing your ideas across the world and beyond. TV 1061, conceptualizing your ideas across the world and beyond.
Welcome back to another edition of Talk Show Kings. Hey, we coming at you having big fun out in TV 1061 in Douglasville, Georgia. I'm your boy Doc from the A, and I want to introduce my Kings. I'm gonna start on my right. Go ahead, sir.
I'm King Takar from Boston,
King
Massachusetts.
Takar from Boston, Massachusetts.
Boston's in the house. Be out there this weekend.
All right, sir. Going to my left.
That would be me. I am King Lundy, by way of Macon, Georgia. I'm an ATA'ing from my heart, though.
Hey, Macon, Georgia in the building. My grandma from Macon, so you know I got much respect for
Yes,
you.
yes.
And I'm King Robert from Albany, Georgia.
Benny
Real kill
Georgia.
repping.
Home
been
of Ray
there.
Charles. I ain't mad at you. I ain't mad at you. Hey, Kings, we want to give a shout out to our executive producer, Mr. Felix Washington.
Yes.
Our the technical director, Mr. Marcus Givens.
Marcus.
Got it.
And our social media guru,
Yes, sir.
Miss Sean Tech.
Shantae Barksdale.
Hey, we gonna jump off into this because there's some nonsense been happening, y'all.
Yes,
Hey,
it has.
Shamika, thank you for watching. Sheila Dawson Wright, thank you for watching. Shamiki Wright, thank you for watching. But we finna jump into this. Our first topic, we gonna jump right into this fight in the NFL.
Yes.
Y'all know about that, right? The Steelers and the Browns. Y'all familiar with that?
Absolutely,
Yes, sir.
yeah.
Who wanna start it off? Who
I
wanna
saw
run
the
it?
footage.
I got to start it off.
Okay, run with it.
And I got to let the American people know and our viewers know, no time, at no point should that ever happen. It doesn't matter what is said to you, what is done to you. Even a spit in the face does not conclude that you're taking off your helmet and hitting another player in the head with it. And you got to think for just an instance, Doc, if he would have hit that player, Mason Randolph, which is still a quarterback, in the right portion of his head, we'd have been had another story here tonight.
Oh yeah.
Totally different story. So I think that the sentence that he received, I think is justified. I think that it should happen, but a lot of the viewers are saying that they think it should roll over until the 2020 season. Do you think that the indefinite suspension for the rest of the season is enough? Send us your comments. Let us know. We want to know that is the games that he's been suspended for the rest of the season, is that enough to cover what he's done to this man?
I think so. I think that it's definitely a punishment for him.
Right.
For the rest of the season, yeah.
Well, they say indefinite. Indefinite
Oh,
means
yeah,
it can
yeah.
go on. His career might be over.
Well, I don't think that's gonna happen.
That's what they saying.
Yeah.
Man, I gotta agree with everything you said because
Right.
I know, like, we already have rules for helmet to helmet contact.
Yeah,
And you
absolutely.
talking about this quarterback? He no helmet on. He takes the helmet and swings at this man with this. And the first time I saw it, I missed that part. I just saw everybody jumping on him, and I was like, "Dang, that's a little overboard." And then I went back and I saw him swing that helmet at him, and I was just like,
Swing at him, he bust him in his head.
I was gonna say, when I seen that, I was like, man, you start giving the vengeance.
So I understand I mean, that's pretty much you throwing a death shot right there. He could have killed him with
absolutely.
that. And with that level of, somebody's
with that
life on the line,
Yeah.
And you know them helmets are hard as hell.
I mean, you lucky if you just get
yeah.
suspended.
I mean,
That's
we're
assault.
talking, what, 25 or 30-pound helmets, some of them?
I don't know about all that.
I don't know.
Now-
I'm just guessing off the top of my head how much
now-
those helmets weigh.
The shoe princess, Miss Janice Forts, also the Falcon Queen, says that you're absolutely right. Shamiki says, "Hey, Robert, I love you." Oh,
Yeah, you
that's
too.
so
Hey,
sweet.
bro.
I disagree with all these brothers. I'm just saying, real talk.
Right.
The quarterback started it. He hit him. The quarterback thought it was illegal, so he started grabbing on his face mask, pulling on it, right? Now, in the NFL, they wear cleats with metal spikes in them. The quarterback kicked this man in the nuts. Hey, you kicked me in my, it's on. So, the quarterback, the guy snatched his helmet off and busted him upside the head with it out of anger. I ain't mad at him. Now, I ain't saying it's right, but I'm saying I understand. Because when you go after my genitals, it is what it is. I mean, if you kick me in my balls with some spiked heels, really? Hey, whatever you get, you get. I'm sorry. The anger has taken over at that point. At that point, the visceral state has taken place. All I see is red, and I'm trying to destroy you. Now, when he grabbed his helmet, when the quarterback grabbed the man's helmet and he poked it in it and said, and supposedly he called him, some racial disparities, all that's going to piss you off. I get it. That's going to make you angry. But it ain't going to make you jerk your helmet off, jerk the man's helmet off and hit him upside the head with it. But when he kicked him in his, come on.
Right.
I
Okay.
ain't mad at y'all for
Now,
y'all opinion,
right.
but you kicked me in my private,
absolutely.
then it's on.
And the question that you would have to put before the viewers and yourself is, and I understand what Doc's saying, is a kick in the balls worth a life sentence if he would have killed this guy? Is a kick in the balls worth a life sentence?
No.
Because you
I
would
don't
get
think he deserves a life sentence because
no, if he would have, okay, now say,
even if he had killed him, there are some things that are self-defense.
Yeah.
but not a
But
kick
that's not
in the
gonna fall
balls is not a kick in the balls is
not
not
gonna fall under
You
self-defense.
can kill a person. You
Absolutely.
can put enough pressure
You know,
to a man's testicles and kill him.
I understand it, but it's not worth a life sentence. And I guess what we're saying and what we're thinking is that something else could have taken place
Yes.
I'm just saying-
besides him snatching off Mason
I
Randolph's
Once he
helmet.
swore, once he swore on
Absolutely.
that helmet, though,
Right.
at that point, both teams are up and pushing and
Yeah,
stuff. So he knew he went finna die from that nut shot,
Right.
but he made a
Got you.
decision.
But if I
He
think-
made that, and I understand.
If I
where
think
you're
you're
coming
trying to
from,
kill
too.
me, whether your intent happened or not, if I didn't die, I'm coming at you with everything I got. I'm just saying, there are certain things that you can do that is going to piss me off to the point where I'm not thinking rationally. I'm thinking of destroying you.
And I can understand that, but you do understand that also at that point it's not self-defense anymore, and you still gonna have to deal with the consequences, even though you're mad.
No, if you come at
Absolutely.
me in a certain way and both of us are aggressive, bro, if you start it, then you need to take that ass whooping.
Well,
That's it.
I can understand that, but I'm just looking at what the law gonna say. If you got kicked in the nuts, and then
Absolutely.
groups of people start to pull y'all apart,
Nah.
and you took off a helmet and killed somebody with it, you going to jail for murder. You are
Gotcha.
not going. It's not going to be
In the
self-defense.
court of
It's
law,
not
in the
going to
court
be
of
jail
law,
for
that sounds
murder.
wonderful. In the court of Lundy, that sounds wonderful. But that ain't the law.
No,
If we going at each other, I don't care who grabbing whoever. If you get away before I do, then you still might hit me again or kick me again. I don't know what's gonna happen.
But I'm just-
But I do know that you were the aggressor. You started it. If you started it, then it's on.
But does that constitute a death penalty? Does that, because if he had killed Mason Randolph, he would have killed this man for kicking him in the balls and having anger such as he had, because he was drawn merely out of anger, and I can imagine being kicked there and being angry, but I think the moral of the story was he wasn't mad because of the physical. He was mad because of the racial slur. And I think that added a fifth dimension to his anger
I was gonna
because
say,
you
yeah.
can get to fighting with somebody, and especially a white person.
Right.
And it didn't. They never said what Mason Randolph called.
I'm pretty sure we don't recall it.
Absolutely. So imagine you're already angry, you're already in a heat of rage, and you hear this racial slur. That I mean, he cocked that helmet further back when he said what he said. I mean, it's just unrepeatable, and it was not called for.
Yeah, and once that helmet off, put the helmet down, because he ain't got his helmet on. You got them hands. Put the hands on him.
Right.
I just feel, at least with that action, he probably wouldn't have gotten suspended indefinitely.
Yeah.
Sonya Phillips says passion of the sport, but there has to be control. I get it. Shamiki says he's lucky that's all that he's getting because he has put not only him at risk for being sued personally, but the entire team. That's $1 million lawsuit.
Right.
He is now a liability. I would cut him.
Right.
You cut him. Gotcha. Shamika says, I have no comment on this one because I'm passionate about my sport and I'm aggressive and I hate to lose. I'm just saying, I'm not. It's not right, but I know me. Shamiki, we had a case like this once. Go outside the scope of the game. You are liable for your actions, and as a racist slur is constitutional fighting words, so he may have something standing. Hi, James. That's Talk Show King.
Right.
Anyway, check this out, right?
Right.
I hear all y'all,
Right.
and again, if we right here, if one of y'all stand up and kick me in my balls, and I take this 4-5 and blow your head off, I guarantee you I ain't going to jail for murder.
Yeah, but you do see with the situation different though. Not
no,
like I kicked you in the nuts and then 12 people came, split us apart. I'm walking out, getting pushed away, and then you came and shot me or something.
See, I didn't-
You saying I kicked you in the nuts? I'm right there. You got the right to defend yourself.
Exactly.
But in that situation,
The
once you
hit
don't got
didn't happen
a
after
part.
he didn't wait. He didn't break apart and then run back up to him.
No, I know. I seen how everybody was pushing him
It was
away,
only
and he
2,
was
3.
trying
And
to.
then initially, when the linemen came in to help the quarterback, they were hitting dude. They didn't come up and just start, break it up. No,
Yeah, right,
they came
yeah,
in throwing blows.
Oh,
So
yeah.
now everybody's attacking this man.
Definitely I saw it got really aggressive once he went with the
No, before he
helmet.
got with the helmet.
And I'm sorry, I know when I played football, you hit somebody on the team, we got a whole team fight at that point, and I say a helmet come across, forget it.
Well,
Yes,
the
yeah.
NFL has justified that it was unnecessary and it was uncalled for. So Myles Garrett is suspended with a healthy fine, of course. Also, the early part of the week, they did also fine Mason Rudolph
$50K.
for the fighting. He hasn't been charged with, or he hasn't been accused. Well, he's been accused, but they have not proved of the racial slur. They're
Now-
still investigating that now.
There's something you said that I skipped over, but I want to get back to.
Okay.
You said especially with a white man.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if you remember, Romanowski played for
Bill,
the Denver Broncos.
Bill Romanowski. Yeah.
Bill Romanowski admitted
I
that he
I
would
remember
grab
that.
people's fingers,
Right.
break their fingers.
I remember
he
that.
punched the guy and broke his eye
And
socket,
he used racial
ended his
slurs.
career.
Yeah.
He was not suspended indefinitely.
No, he was not. Matter of fact, I think they suspended him maybe 1 or 2 games.
Okay,
And he
so
came
now
back.
he can end
Absolutely.
somebody's career.
Absolutely. And
Now,
guess what?
hey.
Myles Garrett used that in his defense to regain his suspension back into the NFL. He used that.
My bullets are not racially motivated and they do not discriminate. I don't care what your racial ethnicity is, your religion, your creed, nor color. If you attack me, I will defend myself to the best of my capabilities. I'm an old man. I don't heal so well no more. So I ain't finna throw hands unless I absolutely have to.
Absolutely.
We're going to get back to some of these comments right after we get back from break. Keep commenting, keep coming,
Absolutely.
because we want to get at you. Talk Show Kings, thank you for joining us, fam. be before Thanksgiving, so I'm saying happy Thanksgiving.
Yes.
All the love and smile. Now back to the kicking the ball. Okay, Janice Bridges Forts says he kicked his leg and his nuts, just happened to get in the way. He should have had a cup on, but to try to hit this man in the head with the helmet is a bit much.
Right.
Yes, you are going to jail. Your nuts will recover, but when you dead, you dead.
Absolutely.
No, whether my nuts recover or not is not even the issue. The issue is you kicked between my legs. You tried to kick there.
And they probably
So it's
won't
on. I'm not trying to kill the man, but I'm trying to put a real good knot upside his head to let him know that I ain't the one. That ain't something you can do to me. So hey,
that's
it
why I
is what
say-
it
And that's
is.
probably
That's why I
what
say
they
once that helmet is off,
Exactly.
you don't have to hit him with a helmet anymore
Gotcha. Hey.
to put some pain to him.
Right.
You
Yeah.
punch him,
Yeah,
you do
I-
all
I-
that once
Have
the helmet
you
off.
ever been in a fight, real life?
I was gonna say, don't hit him with a
Was
quick
you sitting there
two-piece.
thinking, I'm going to hit, I don't want to hit him in the eye because I might swell.
Right.
I don't want to hit him in his nose because it might break and he can't breathe. No, you was thinking, hey, I'm in this, I'm hitting him as much as I can,
Right.
as hard as I can, as many times. That's just how a fight is.
Yep.
When I'm in the fight, I'm not rationalizing what's going to happen.
Like what
I'm going to
areas
hit
of
him and he going to trip and his head going to hit the curb and no.
Or like what areas I'm gonna hit you
Exactly.
with. Like,
I'm hitting you as hard as I
trying
can.
to mess you
But,
up.
but that's in a street fight. We're
Yeah.
talking about NFL professional players that have rules and see. In
But
the
it wasn't.
street-
I was gonna say, but it wasn't
in the
professional for him
streets,
to kick him in the
there-
nuts. Like,
in the street, there are no rules and there are no guidelines. So when you're fighting somebody, you're aggressively fighting them. Of course, you're going to try to kill them. But when you are, and this is how the NFL sanctions these players. You have to carry yourself in a unique manner when you are in the NFL. See, the NFL is not the streets. So by the rules that you're governing guideline about or with, there's no taking off your helmet. How many times, and they did this, in the NFL, have a player actually taken off his helmet and hit another player in the head with it to cause physical harm?
Time out. He didn't take off his own helmet.
One time.
He didn't
One
take off
time.
his own
No,
helmet.
no,
He
no,
took off the
no,
guy's
no.
helmet.
Oh, I know, and I'll reframe that. How many times has a guy taken off another guy's helmet, any helmet, to hit her one time? That was this incident right here. So many years that they played professional football, this is the one time that has been done because these players, Doc, are governed and they have to govern themselves with rules and regulations not to do that.
And I guarantee
There
he
was
ain't
a
the
guy
first one
in
to
the-
get hit in the nuts either.
There was a
Yeah,
guy.
absolutely.
Well, there was a guy in the pile, and another guy came over and stomped his head with those spike shoes on
Right.
and split his head open. His helmet had come off.
Right,
That happened in the NFL.
right.
To me, that's totally irrelevant. The person who initiated the skirmish, he's the one who needs the biggest fine. Because if you don't want that ass whooping, don't go there. You shouldn't. If you want to be professional, if you're going to act professional,
Then you
then you
shouldn't.
let the ref throw the flag. If you
Yeah.
feel like it's
I
I
coming.
can know.
You
I
complain
can
to the
probably
ref.
feel that because you're talking about he initiated it, but then he escalated it. He took it higher when he took that helmet and
But it-
swung the
but
helmet.
I know-
He took it higher when he kicked him in his
I was
nose.
gonna say, you can't.
No, man.
Right. I was gonna
But
say,
that right there,
you-
that will that has happened,
You can't-
and it will
you
happen.
can't
It's
kick
football,
somebody in-
and definitely if you at the bottom of them piles, it's a lot of stuff going
Yeah,
on
a lot of
down
stuff
there
going
that
on.
people are going to
But
be
you
doing.
can't kick somebody in the nuts and expect not, for
Thank
anybody
you.
not to do
What that
anything.
is.
I
Exactly,
understand,
like-
but I will say to what the Rev was saying, when you playing football and you on the field, you have those rules and you have your
Absolutely.
teammates, so you have to stop and take that into consideration. Also,
Yes.
just as a player,
Well, why wouldn't the quarterback have to stop and take that consideration? Why is his actions excused?
it's not. But since he's the one who got caught and he's the one who escalated
If he
it,
started it, he started
but
it,
if you think
and he
of-
kicked him in the balls.
but if you think
the
about
other guy
it-
gets fined indefinitely, and he initially he didn't even get a fine.
Let me ask
A
you,
fine
guy
suspension
get
of
shot
time.
Yeah, he did.
on Main Street,
He
and
got one
then
this
a
week.
bomb drop on Main Street. Do you care about the shot, or are we worried about the bomb?
If you shooting at me,
that's
I'm
what I'm
worried
talking about. The bomb is too big to ignore, and he went too big with that helmet swing.
Right. And
Hey,
the thing
Lawrence,
about it,
how you doing?
go ahead.
Hey, Lawrence, how you doing? Minister Lundy,
Yes,
this
sir.
question came straight to you.
Uh-huh.
Emmett Dallas Smith says, I would
Hey,
like
Emmett.
to ask Minister Lundy, when he was playing semi-pro football with the Decatur Colts, did he ever lose his cool?
You know what?
I never lost my cool because I had to stay. We too work under the guideline by rules, and we never, had to fight and carry on. We got onto the field. It was a lot of trash talking because that's what players do. They trash talk.
Right.
But at the end of the day, you had to go home. Whatever your job was to take care of your family, you had to make it home.
Okay, so look. So if that was you in that situation, if you got kicked in the balls on the field, what would you do? What would your reaction be?
Accidentally or premeditated?
Intentionally.
Okay.
You know it was intentional.
Intentionally, I don't think that I would have taken off the player's helmet and hit him in the head with it. You know, I'd have never done that. And if I would have,
The question wasn't
I
what
would have
you
let,
have done.
right. I would have let the referee take
my
care of
goodness.
it. I would have let the referee.
You still got
If you
your job.
kick
You
my
still play.
Absolutely.
You kick me in my balls.
Absolutely.
You still got your
losing
job.
control.
Nobody's
And I'm
doing
coming
it.
at
You
you
still
with
making your
everything I got.
millions.
Everything
Go
I
ahead
got.
and go along
Anything
with
that I
it.
can reach, I'm
Absolutely.
trying to hit you with.
I would have.
If I'm in my driver's seat, I'm trying to run you over in my car.
I would
If
throw
you
it.
kick me in my balls, you get what you get. I'm
Right.
just saying.
I'm throwing
Don't start it if you don't want it. That's all I'm saying.
Right.
The quarterback should have been under them same freaking rules.
I feel
You
it.
don't initiate something and then not want to wear that ass whooping.
Exactly.
That just is what it is. I mean,
Now, wait.
whether you from wherever, hey,
Quick story.
Sure enough, treat it like it's hockey then. I ain't mad at you. Just skate.
Exactly, yeah.
Like in your time, I skate without a stick. Just ready.
Oh, that's
Shouts
it.
out to Emmett.
You ain't even got a stick.
Yeah. Shouts out to my little brother Emmett.
Oh, that was said. You're right. That was Steve. That was said.
But I got a story. Because it's funny we talking about this, but when I was younger, me and my sister, I got in a fight, and yeah, this is about you, Shamika. I got in a fight with one of my friends from the neighborhood, Chuck D. So Chuck D, he come back on his bicycle, stupid idea, and he threw a football at me. And my football helmet was sitting right there. And my sister took it and ran and knocked the mess out of it. Knocked him off, put a big old knot on his head. He got up, limped home with his bicycle.
Did he go to jail?
Sorry,
Did she
Chuck
go to jail for murder or attempted murder? Come on.
She probably ran home with the
Man,
helmet.
Right.
She didn't run nowhere. He left. I'm pretty sure. 'Cause he wanted to get another knot upside the head.
He did.
Right.
I was watching this video where this boy was in his house and he had aluminum bat and these guys was outside in the yard talking crap. And he was like, look, don't come in my house, don't come out. And so dude ran up in his house. And all you heard was that tink noise from that bat. I laughed so hard at that. But you don't start something that you're not willing to finish. That's just something you learn. If you're from the west side of the A, you know, hey, keep everything chill. You know, if somebody step on your foot, then hey, it's an accident. Bro, hey, you walk on the top, I walk on the bottom, we get there. It ain't worth that nonsense. But once you start it, once you do something that I know isn't intentional, you trying to harm me, then bro, it's on.
I feel you
There ain't no
but
rules in a fight.
You keep putting us on the streets.
Yeah,
It's kind of
exactly.
rules.
Right,
when
if we
you
was in
fight
a boxing
in
match,
the
then I
street.
get it. But
No.
on the football
field. That's what we're talking about, on the football field.
On the football
Yeah,
field,
there's
can you
rules and
find in the rule
regulations.
book where the rules and regulations say, put on my cleats and kick you in your balls? Not with the top of my foot, but with the bottom where the spikes and cleats are. Can you please find that in the rule book?
If you would have not took it and just pointed it out, if it was seen, I mean, some would have got called. But when stuff isn't seen, I'm sorry. That's all. That's how you play. That's how you play the game. That's how you play the game. If it's not seen.
You don't
Absolutely.
kick people in the balls.
No, I ain't
If you
saying
do
that.
not-
I'm just saying
if you
when
do not
if
hit
a
him in the
foul
head
happens
with a
and nobody
helmet,
don't see it, that's
Yeah.
how the game is played.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I just got away with it. If I hold you and I should have got a holding call, I'm sorry, I just got away with it.
Okay,
Right.
But I'm not.
Do you
I'm
see
just
a
saying that's how.
hold the same as a
Yep.
kick to the nuts.
I did not say the hold was the same as kick to the net, but I'm also saying
Absolutely.
it's not the same to fight on the west side as it is to fight on the NFL on the field.
I'm saying a fight
That's
is a
it.
fight is a fight. I'm saying that a
That's
fight
it.
shouldn't happen in the NFL,
Right.
period.
Okay,
The
but
quarterback,
the only difference-
if you hit me late, right?
Right.
I can get mad, I can yell, I can cuss at you, I can call you a son of a gun.
Right.
Or other
Right.
expletives. But ultimately, it's up to the refs to throw the flag,
Yeah.
right? That's what's supposed to happen. I'm not supposed to grab your helmet and jerk it up and down
Right.
and point in your face,
Right.
and I'm not supposed to kick you.
Now Mason Rudolph was wrong. Yes, he was wrong to the fifth power for trying to take off Myles Garrett helmet. At the same time, Myles Garrett did take off his helmet and did proceed to hit him in the helmet with it. Now, we can go on and on, back and forth all day.
All day.
Everybody has their opinions, but under no circumstances should an NFL player hit another NFL player in his head with the helmet to cause bodily harm. And
no
once again,
circumstances
if
should
it
an
would have
NFL
been
player
there,
kick another NFL player in his balls with some spike cleats on.
Neither should it. You remember when Donovan Sue stumped the player when he was with the
I
Dolphins?
just talked about that.
And he kicked
Second
the
ago,
player
he kicked the guy in the head. The guy didn't have a helmet on. He kicked him in the head with his
No,
cleats on.
Donovan Sue kicked him in the midsection when he
Okay,
played
well,
with
no,
the
we're talking
Dolphins.
about the same thing.
He got suspended for 2 games, and I think he got like a $20,000-$30,000 fine. Fine, but guess what? It's been 7 years. No, it's been 5 years since that, and he's never done it again. And he was considered one of the dirtiest players in the NFL. But because of that, and he learned his lesson, he's really eased up. So Myles Garrett, and I don't wish no man to lose his career, lose his future. I hope he comes back. It's going to be a protocol that he has to go by to actually be reinstated to get back in. And I think this will be a learning lesson that it's dangerous playing in the NFL, whether you get kicked in your private parts or whether you get spit in the face. It's just immoral for you to be spit in the face and for you to get hit in the head. And that's my personal opinion about it.
Our opinions just differ. I ain't mad at you because hey, I feel like if you bring it, here it comes. Deal with it.
Doc is saying an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. Man.
Not necessarily.
Yeah.
Because if it's something, if you punch me in my arm or my chest and it doesn't hurt bad,
Right.
then I might be able to brush that off.
Right.
But if you kick me in my balls, then no.
Yeah.
If you spit in my face, you right. Then hey, shit.
Yeah.
You better be a fine woman and spit in my face. And I might have to. But hey, I'm just trying to tell you. Let me get on some of these comments.
Y'all come in now. We waiting on your comments.
Shamiki, this going out to King Robert. While I'm the Pee Wee Leagues for the Colts, did you ever lose your cool?
What she said?
While you was in the Pee Wee Leagues for the Colts, did you ever lose your cool?
Go all the way back there? No.
No, you didn't, huh?
No.
Okay. That's the Army and Doc. Shamika told you I was in the Air Force, yeah. All integrity and everything we do, yeah. I'm sorry, I ain't mad at you, Dolores. That's right, don't hit my brother. My mama say you hit one, you hit all. We used to get whoopings by my grandma for not jumping in. No, not wearing an ass whooping at home when I can hand them out with that helmet. Didn't hurt that bad. He was a crybaby.
He was
Spit in my face, I'm going straight to jail. Do not pass go, do not collect two. We here. We here. But I don't think you should go to jail. I really don't. Because I feel like you should have the right to. Because if you don't start it, it won't be broke.
Right.
If I'm not gonna walk down the street and just hit somebody. That don't make sense.
Right.
You know, I'm not gonna try to attack nobody with the helmet or nothing else if you don't bother me. But if you do bother me, then whatever happens to you happens. Because you should. If you jump over in a bear's in habitat, whatever that thing was the lady in Germany did when she jumped over there with the polar bear, or she thought it was gonna give her a coat or what, but the motherfucker chewed up real good. If you jump over in there, whatever happened to you happened. It ain't the bear fault. Keep your my ass up out of there. I'm just saying. Okay, next topic. Next topic. We done beat this one to death.
Yeah.
The next topic, what we going with? Because we got like 3 more of them. I know we ain't gonna have time to cover all of them. Oh, we got to take a break. Then we're going to come at you with the next topic after the break. All right. Thank y'all for joining us, and thank y'all for commenting. Yeah.
Absolutely. Keep it
I done
coming.
turned all the way up.
Are you an artist, a writer of spoken word? Do you have content ready but need exposure? Get to know me. I'm Alicia, host of a new Facebook live stream show called The Flavor, where we promote local and international talent of all genres. Here are some rules and regulations to the videos that we'll be accepting. They must be radio ready, no cursing, no lewd language. You must send us contact information as well as a YouTube link to your video so we can extract it from there. Email us at 1061tv@gmail.com, and we thank you for your time.
Oh, we back. Hey, check this out, right? Since we talking football, I would like to discuss Colin Kaepernick.
Yes,
what y'all fellas feel about that?
Absolutely.
Anybody want to take lead on that one?
Well, I got a question. What do y'all think was going on with because I know at first he was supposed to be doing it
at Swanee.
Yeah, at the
Right.
At the Falcons
Falcons training facility, and then it got switched to a high school.
Exactly.
Right.
So I just want to what y'all think was going on with that?
I thought you'd never ask. Boom. I'll be the first one to tell you. Well, what happened, what started off, is the NFL agreed to give Colin Kaepernick a try. But what had to happen is they set boundaries and they set guidelines. So what happened is they wanted the media to show up there where he was, but certain media outlets can only come. Colin Kaepernick wanted other media outlets to come, and they wouldn't. So what happened is he got upset, and he moved the facility to a high school in Henry County. When they went to Henry County, they gave him an avenue. The public could come. And basically what it was is that he was really slapping the NFL in the face because he did what he wanted to do under his own terms. He really screwed up his chances of a team picking him up because he did it the wrong way instead of the right way, the way the NFL was trying to guide him to do it.
Okay.
Thought you'd never ask.
Wow,
I stay on top of it.
This man right here drips swag. I mean, the brother just like, I mean, his cool is like off the chain. One of these days, I'm going to be like this man here. Just follow the swag, and then find London. However, Colin Kaepernick, that was some BS from the beginning.
Right.
Okay? If you know anything about the NFL, you know that the games are mainly played on Sunday, right? So that means that the coaches are not going to be at a tryout to see Colin Kaepernick on Saturday.
On Saturday,
if the game is Sunday.
Right.
Okay. Then the college games are Saturday. The college games are Saturday. Well, guess what the NFL scout's going to be? At the college games, trying to find the next prospect to come through the draft or who they going to get from college. So who's going to be there to see Kaepernick? Nobody worth talking about. That was some nonsense. That was publicity stunt, and it was never about Colin Kaepernick.
Absolutely.
Even if he would have showed up, and then they, what was it, 2 hours before they give him this paper saying that nobody can attend except the few people they want to. There's no media that can be in there. There's no fans that can be in there. They wanted everything. What they brought him this paperwork.
They set the guidelines for it.
Ain't nobody gonna do that nonsense.
Absolutely.
If you knew I was gonna do it however long before, then why not give me the paperwork initially? Why you want me to make a last minute decision? To me, that is immoral. Okay, if you ever take an ethics class, it's very unethical to do that nonsense. So I ain't mad at Colin Kaepernick for going to a high school, wherever he went, and do a tryout.
He went to Morrow High School.
Yeah.
So it sounds like they were trying to, put their foot on his neck and pretty much control everything that he was going, what he was going to do, how it was going to happen, and also do it while not really giving him a real opportunity. So I feel, like you said, he took it into his own hands. He moved it and put it on his side of the field the way he wanted it. And if anything, if he felt like they weren't going to be watching him really, at least he could do something for the community.
Do you think they was wrong for doing that, given his history of what he's done thus far? Because they feel like, well, hey, this is a guy that we have to put in a bubble. We have to watch what he say, watch what he does, because if we don't, there's no telling what he'll do, and he'll embarrass the NFL. And that's the reason why they was trying to do that.
Embarrass the NFL?
Of course.
The NFL
they
embarrassed
feel,
themselves.
I know, but right now they feel like Colin is an embarrassment to him for what he's done thus far.
They embarrassed themselves by calling an orange-haired jackass. I ain't gonna say his name.
That's what I was going to say. This got political.
You can't dictate the narrative, okay? Colin Kaepernick sat on the bench during the national anthem, and a veteran told him, well, kneeling is a sign of respect. So if you're sitting down, then it's highly disrespectful to the flag. So kneel down. That way you're showing respect and you're bringing awareness to your cause, which was police brutality because of all of the unarmed minorities being killed. Now, you have this orange-haired jackass that decides he's kneeling because he's trying to disrespect the flag. It was never about the flag. He was kneeling to try to show respect for the anthem and the flag. So for you to just twist the narrative and then you say, well, I'm going to tell you why you're doing something, that's nonsense. And then, if they control the media, they control the film, they can tell everybody, well, he sucked. None of his passes were accurate. Nothing he did was worth anything, and there was nothing that could be done about it because he signed this release or this statement that says he can't talk about it.
Right. Now,
So they can say anything.
Absolutely, because this is a player that took the San Francisco 49ers to the Super Bowl 1 year.
Exactly.
So his records speak supreme for itself.
Exactly.
You know? Yeah.
Now, when he played for San Francisco, he went downhill because the team went downhill.
Yeah.
When they lost all their talent, they set him on the bench. But then when he came back off the bench, he was showing out right before all of this nonsense started.
Right.
So, you know, I mean, you have people who talk about him and talk about the things that happened, but this whole thing was just a publicity stunt
I believe so.
for the
And
NFL to try to get back in the good graces of people who are on Kaepernick's side.
And I
Right.
totally agree with that. And I think even going back to the beginning of all of this, it's been on the NFL. It's been their fault. Like you said, when Colin started doing this, he was doing it for our community. He was
Right.
doing it for our brothers and sisters who were getting killed and murdered every day.
Right.
And they let what you call them, the orange menace,
Orange
the
hair
orange bag,
jacket.
the orange whatever you want to call them.
Right.
They let him come in. He insulted them. He insulted their moms because he called them a bunch of sons of.
Yeah.
And
Right.
and when he came in, he, like you said, he created a narrative, even though that's not what was going on. And the NFL, in their stupidity, sided with him and allowed that to continue and make it this big political thing when it was about what was going on in the streets.
How long is the national anthem? It's before the game.
Right.
So for him
Right.
kneeling to try to show respect, how was that disrupting the game at all? It was silent. It was the whole purpose of it was to be respectful. So if it was silent before the game, it was not interrupting the game at all.
Right.
If the
Absolutely.
NFL could have not even put him on the camera.
I was gonna
How
say-
many
I was gonna
thousands of
say.
people are in the stadium at that time?
Yeah, absolutely.
I was
Not-
gonna
I
say,
mean,
they
come
don't-
on. It didn't have to go down the way that, hey, Laura, it didn't have to go
Laura.
down the way that it did. It
Yeah.
really didn't. They tried to control the narrative, as they always do.
The flag says it says, "For liberty and justice I stand."
For all.
For all. Does that include him kneeling down for liberty and justice? 3 black kids had got killed within a year of him doing so. Would you have kneeled or
Definitely.
stood and saluted the flag and say to myself, I'm saluting this flag for justice and liberty from which I stand?
Definitely.
Okay, absolutely.
Definitely. And I served 20 years in the military for people to have rights. So, you know, and for me to know that at any traffic stop, I
Right.
can be killed
Absolutely.
after I served 20 years in the military. Whether I have my weapon or not, I can be killed just for the sake of being pulled over because I'm speeding or because I was black in a 45.
Right,
I mean, come on. You don't need a reason.
right.
You know, you can be killed at any time for no reason.
Takar, same question to you. For
Yeah,
liberty
talk
and
to him. You
justice,
talk last week.
for
Talk
where you
week too.
stand.
Yeah.
Is it for you? For liberty and justice, is the American flag for you
Is it for me?
and what it stands for?
Yeah, in a way.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, as far as justice, you know, I'm kneeling for justice.
Do you get justice? Have you gotten justice?
No.
Okay.
Well, me, okay, whoa. Okay, I misunderstood that question
Yeah.
because I am 100% American.
Right.
I believe in the American flag. I believe in the idea of America.
Right, because the reason I said,
Well, please stop
Colin
telling me.
feel like there's been no justice. You know, so why would you stand for justice when there's been no justice when 3 innocent black men have just been killed?
Right.
So where
Well,
is
I mean,
the justice?
I understand like why he was kneeling.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So
Right.
yeah, I agree with him 100%. Like, you know, on the reason why he kneeled.
I agree with the idea of America. I do believe that America is a place made of immigrants. America was founded, and it's unfair what we did to Native Americans, but America was founded by a bunch of, because we all played a part in it. I mean, there were African Americans that were in the Union Army. I mean, there was African Americans
Oh,
that
you're talking
hated
about during the
I'm saying during the whole time that
During
that
the land was
everybody
taken,
came here,
exactly.
Yeah, but when they was
land was taken from the
when they was
Indians,
killing them
pretty
Native
much.
Americans, that was
Yeah.
a one colored group of people.
Please don't believe
that was a lot of them.
Study your history. We were definitely in the minority in the groups, but we were part of the groups that were
No,
doing
but
it.
that
You had
first-
even
the-
Native Americans doing it to themselves. I mean, there
their
is
own
no
people.
group that can say I'm just completely 100% innocent that was here. Because everybody was doing nonsense. Everybody was on nonsense.
In 1776.
And whenever the time it happened.
In 1776. When the only black people over here was slaves, we was killing them with them.
You don't really, read your history, bro. Trust. Trust.
I know, but are you sure it's 1776?
I'm 100%.
Okay.
100%.
I ain't
We
too-
were in
I
the
ain't too
we were
sure.
in the minority in there, but we were in
Excuse
there.
me.
Definitely. There's been black people that want to be.
Well, I'm just
On
gonna
the
say if
Confederate
any
side
of
for the
them,
longest.
yeah, but you once you hop to the Confederate, well, I mean, you hop in 100 years into the future from 1776 is what I'm saying. And when you talking about you got at that point when you talking about the Union Army and stuff, you have free black people. And what I'm talking about in 1776, the only black people over here are slaves, and they are not the ones going out and conquering the West and killing those people.
I see your point.
Yeah, because
I mean, that's what the
because
history, that's how it went.
absolutely, because they didn't become abolitionists till what 50 years after that. You know, and abolition is what I mean is we became we got guns and we got during the Harriet Tubman ordeal got guns and we formed and freed slaves during that time. And during 1776, I don't think they were freeing slaves during that time. They wasn't running on the Underground Railroad.
Right.
But why? Wait, I don't want to get too far away.
Yeah,
But I do. What I do want to touch on
Harriet, I
is
went
what
to
I
see it
want.
this weekend. It's a great movie. Initially, I thought it was a bunch of nonsense because I had heard stories about it. But if you hadn't seen it, go see it. It's a great movie.
Go see
Okay,
it.
back
What
to
I
you.
want to touch on, since we were talking about Kaepernick and taking the knee and feeling that
Extending,
whole thing
right.
about freedom, I feel like what happened with this whole situation when it got blown out of proportion is the same exact thing that is happening in America right now. What is happening in the impeachment trial, because
Right.
this is obvious. And if you aren't watching it or if you haven't seen it,
I've been
you
watching
have
every
these
day.
these career officials coming out giving this great information,
Yeah.
and you cannot deny this stuff. These people are like, I'm in the room, this would happen, we got notes, we
Right.
got text messages, we got emails.
I was on the call.
And, yeah, I was on the call, and I can tell you what happened. And we have people who can sit right here, take this information and say, no way, still nothing going on here, and say that it's all right for a future president to go to Ukraine, Russia, wherever, and pretty much mess with our elections.
But see, that's where it's ticky tack because they're saying it now. But if it was a Democratic president, President Obama had a selfie stick doing a joke, and they talking about how he disgraced the office, how it took all the dignity out of the office, how that was too silly, and it was so on and so forth. For a selfie stick of him taking selfies of himself, he wore a beige suit. That was a huge scandal.
Absolutely.
Now,
Yeah.
President Trump has sided with the Russians. I don't believe I said that orange-haired jackass name. He has sided with the Russians against his own intelligence officials. He has. Back to Kaepernick. I don't want to get too far off story. Back to Kaepernick.
Take a break.
We gotta take a break.
Yeah.
Oh man, I forgot. We gotta take a break. We're getting back from break. Then are we gonna switch topic? We're gonna stay on here live.
No, we still on Kaepernick. We
Okay,
have a lot to say.
we gonna yeah. Some more to say. We got a couple more topics now. We can switch tonight. If you want to switch, let us know. And we got to get on some of these too. Some of these comments. Father.
Hi, I'm Chief Gary Sparks with the Douglasville Police Department. Today we want to give you some safety tips concerning traffic stops. Take a look.
So you look in your rear view mirror and see flashing blue lights. What do? Remain calm. Yield to the right and pull your vehicle over into an off-road area that is safe for both you and the officer. Put your car in park. Remove your foot from the brake and turn the radio off. Remain in your vehicle. Have your driver's license readily available for the officer. Keep your hands on the steering wheel, visible for the officer at all times. If you need to retrieve any items from the interior, explain what you're reaching for to the officer and avoid any sudden movements. Rolling the window down completely establishes a level of trust with the officer and allows for ease of interaction during the routine traffic stop. Be courteous and polite. Be cooperative and willing to follow the officer's instructions. During a routine traffic stop, the officer will return to his vehicle to run the tag and driver's license verification and complete a citation if one is necessary. Once the officer returns and approaches your vehicle, Whether or not a citation or warning is issued, please remain calm, courteous, and cooperative. Sign the citation acknowledging you agree to appear in court, and do not dispute the citation with the officer. The officer will give you a court date to explain or defend your infraction.
Okay, ma'am. Like I told you, I did clock you at 51 in a 35 mile per hour speed zone. I did issue a citation, okay? This here is going to be your court date. I just need a signature from you stating that you received a copy of this citation, okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right. Here's your driver license.
Thank you.
Along with a copy of the citation, okay? You have any questions or concerns for me?
No, sir.
Okay, well, you have a nice day, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Following these few simple steps will help ensure a safe interaction for both you and the officer.
I hope these few tips help you as it relates to dealing with law enforcement and traffic stops. Not only in traffic stops, but in all encounters with law enforcement. We hope that all our encounters are safe for the citizens as well as for our officers. Again, we want you to be safe, and if you have any problems with the Douglasville Police Department, don't hesitate to give us a call and make your concerns known. I would add that Georgia is a right to carry state, and we hope that if you are carrying, that on these traffic stops and all encounters, please let the officer know that you are carrying. This will ensure your safety and our officers' safety. Thank you, may God bless you, and may God keep our community safe. We are one.
Hey family, how y'all doing? Coming at you live in our last segment on TV 1061, having big fun out in Douglasville, Georgia.
Yes.
Talk Show Kings coming at you live. Check this out, right? If you would like to get a banner ad during the show, then hit up 1061tv@gmail.com. You know, just let us know, and you know we'll do your ad every segment. Also, if you'd like to have the Talk Show Kings at your event or at your show, let us know. You know, we like to come out and talk crap and get the dancing and singing and having a good time at your event. All right? Just let us know. Hit us up. We were talking about Kaepernick before we went out, and we're going to go back to it.
Absolutely.
We want to get some comments in. King Robert.
I'll take this one. I got a couple of comments here from Shamiki Wright, my sister. Wright. So the first one, did Kaepernick say before this event, the Kneeling for Justice, got as big as it did, that was his reason for doing so, or is that what we made it? So I guess you're asking, when he first knelt, was he kneeling because of this injustice? And I think he kind of made it clear that's why he was kneeling.
Yeah. He actually said that he can't see standing for a system that's killing people unjustly, and he's kneeling for that reason. He's kneeling to bring awareness to that.
Right, because if you'll notice that before he started not kneeling, 3 young innocent black men had just lost their lives within the year of him doing that. And enough is enough. Even a trash can get tired sometime. And these unjustified killings, I mean, who wouldn't? And he was on a platform that allowed him to do so. And by him being on that platform, shouts out to you, Mr. Kaepernick, for doing what you're doing, because it led the way and opened a lot of doors to people that wanted to do it, but didn't know how to do it, or was afraid to do it. Yeah. So he put his career at stake to do this for us and for our black community.
And you know, Nike backed him.
Yes.
Nike profited like $26 billion, I want to say.
And how about they
Yeah.
got a Kaepernick
Yeah.
shoe that's on the way out?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Absolutely.
Think about that for a second. Now,
Yeah.
if the NFL would have got on board and did, because history is going to show who was in the right and who was in the wrong.
Absolutely.
regardless.
Right,
Just like
exactly.
on this whole impeachment thing, history will show
Absolutely.
who was right and who was wrong. What side of history you want to be on?
Right.
Keep going with the comments, sir, please. Thank you.
And I'm just gonna say, most times when you protest, the people on the other side not gonna like you very much.
Right.
Exactly. They
No,
said like Martin Luther King.
The next one, Robert, slaves were killing slaves for the master in slavery, so I wouldn't doubt it, but we didn't kill no natives. So she was talking about when we was talking about what
We
the,
did. We
yeah.
really did, and there
Right.
was some there was some black people who owned slaves. But keep going.
Speaking of Harriet Tubman, why the executive want Julia Roberts to play Harriet Tubman?
Yeah.
Is that true?
Yeah,
I've heard that, but I don't know if it's true or not.
Yeah, it is. They even thought about it, you know, because I was watching the Entertainment Tonight, and it came on that Julia Roberts should have been asked to play, and they showed Julia Roberts and they showed the actors that actually playing Harriet Tubman side by side. And the voters like, man, are you kidding me? Get out of here with that.
Man,
you
I'm
know,
insulted.
they gonna have,
This is
Oh,
my
you know
first
what?
time
Yeah,
hearing
yeah,
about
yeah,
this.
yeah.
Yeah.
They did say somebody,
absolutely.
somebody did play Harriet
Yeah,
Tubman.
so-
And
so,
they
you
make
know,
like a
that-
whole big
that wouldn't have
controversy
worked.
about
But
it.
they're gonna have Keanu Neal play Kunta Kinte in the new Roots.
That wouldn't have worked.
I'm completely joking on that. All right? Completely joking. Yeah, I got a new look, Chi-Chi. Cha-Cha, Chi-Chi. Chi-Chi.
Chi-Chi.
I got a new look. I'm trying to grow my hair out. Like, I ain't never had long hair in like forever, so I'm trying to grow it out just to see what's gonna happen. I don't even know what I'm gonna do with it. Hey, Angie, thank you for joining us.
Try to get them
Dime
dreads.
Dukes. All right, Dime, thank you for joining us. A trash can though? That's what Shamiki said.
A trash can.
Get
Trash
tired.
can get tired.
Because trash can kind of like inanimate, so I didn't really think the whole entire thing applied. Boy, bye to Julia playing Harriet. I ain't mad at you. When are we going to stop making excuses? Kaepernick wore
Right.
a Kunta Kinte T-shirt to a job interview. That is all that was the NFL wanting to see. That was all the NFL
Yeah, I
wanted
saw
to
that
see.
T-shirt he had on.
Even worth,
Yeah.
He was even worth looking at. After being gone for 3 years, this was a publicity stunt.
Absolutely,
If
to
he
the
wanted
fullest.
to continue his fight, why not the platform of the NFL? Dime, I disagree with you wholeheartedly. Whether he wore a Kunta Kinte shirt or any other T-shirt, it don't matter to me. For him to go in there and for them to try to dictate all the terms, and then they have full rights of the video, no, that's not something that he should have conformed to. And for them to even change the narrative from the very beginning, he shouldn't have never lost it. If he lost his job, if he was kicked out of the NFL because of his talent, I understand totally, but he wasn't.
Right.
And it was BS from the beginning. That's how I stand fully. It looks nice, thank you, I appreciate it. Where we going now?
You the host.
Comments. comments. Keep your comments coming. You know, this is a hot topic. You know, what you feel about it may differ from what we feel about it. So just keep your comments coming, and we will engage in conversation with you as you do so.
Check this out, right? Y'all know how I am about women. Now, these guys, they might not agree with me, but I
Right.
think that women are normally morally better than men, right? I just think y'all are. For whatever reason, y'all just seem to gravitate to good things more than we do.
I disagree
We
with
kind of
you.
go, I ain't mad at you.
Right.
We kind of go after things that we want more so than looking at good or bad. If we want it, we'll rationalize it in our mind and make it good. Now, there's this new wave of women trying to like do stuff men do, and I don't agree with it. Like, it seems like that women in this whole women's movement, like wanting to say that I'm just as good as a man or whatever, but it seems like y'all taking up the worst traits of us to emulate. And I think if y'all do it, it's really gonna mess us up as a people. Because black women are the most educated of the society, in my opinion, definitely the strongest, because y'all deal with us. Just saying, you know, I know that we can be some nonsense, we can be on some nonsense. So I got to give a shout out to my sisters and support y'all. But the whole, you know, women saying the dating of multiple guys, or
Right.
not wearing shirts in public, and, you know, breasts just hanging out and so on and so forth. I'm not saying y'all can't or this, that, and the other, but I'm saying I think it'll devalue women. What y'all think about that, Kings?
I don't think we're talking about that.
I haven't heard that one as of yet, but I'm quite sure that it's a lot of women out there that will try to conform themselves to being a man, But please understand that when God made man, he made man in his own image.
Right.
You know, he didn't give man the same thing that he gave women.
True.
So that makes us and put us at a superior aspect of life in being the leader and the foundation of what man is governing and supposed to do. So ladies, you know, I admire what it is that whatever you're trying to do, but there's only one man and God made him in his own image.
Preach.
No.
I'm comments on this.
I'm just gonna say,
I'm gonna let Snoop Dogg and Jada. Let's not forget that their stance on all entertainment outlets and our inclusion. For the NFL, the Oscars, I personally don't want none of the institutions. Wakanda forever. Gotcha. But okay,
women always been wild and crazy. I think
you think so?
Men just, I don't know why we be acting like we don't see what's going on.
Right.
I think that's what's kind of going on
You
sometimes.
think women
But
are
I
just
would,
as wild and crazy as men?
oh yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
I don't
yes.
think women are even capable of being as wild and crazy as men.
What?
Because
And
simply
see-
because we're the bigger and stronger of the two.
Yeah.
That's why you ain't running into the fun ones. No. No. Let me.
I like a feminine woman. I'm not gonna.
Oh
be
no,
with
no,
a
I
woman
wouldn't
that's gonna
say.
be up
I wouldn't say
acting like a
masculine.
dude. I'm just
I wouldn't
not
say
with it. That's just me.
masculine or anything. But I also feel something you said earlier, and not all people who like
Right.
cross dress or anything like this. But when you have those. Men who cross dress as women and women who cross dress as men, something that I usually notice, and I said before, they do seem to take some of the worst traits. Anyway,
Exactly.
they don't know, the diva, I don't care, BB this, all that
Yeah.
kind of that. I mean, I don't know where that comes from. Like you said, that's not like the best parts of women. That's not the
Exactly.
best part of the woman that they copy in.
Right.
I think the same thing just happened when you do the male side too.
If a man feels like he's a woman on the inside or whatever, why can't he be the intelligent woman? If a woman feels like that she's a man on the inside or whatever, why can't she be that outstanding brother? You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't have those feelings, so I can't tell you, if you're right, wrong, good or bad, if it's born or you take it on or it's taught or whatever, it's choice. That's not even my debate. My debate is, whatever you're going to be, why not be the best at it? Why not take on these? Why take on these crazy attributes?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? When dudes out there smacking their lips and snapping their fingers and all this, that, and the other, come on, really? Well, I know no women that act like that.
But also, let's put this on the thing, because if you talking about acting crazy, I mean, if you crazy as a man, you dress yourself up like a woman, you're probably going to be crazy as a woman, right? And vice versa. That's going to happen regardless.
And if you're doing all that, then you're part of a 6-letter community,
Right.
if I will. Because a man gonna be a man and a woman gonna be a woman. At some aspects in our growing lives, women try to achieve a lot of goals that the men have obtained. They try to reach certain goals in life that men have obtained and achieved. But to just say, well, I'm a man and I'm gonna be a man over the children, a man over the household, and a man over the ladies. Let man be man.
But then also when we say stuff like this is a man's world, and we make these rules, and they want those things like you just said that we got. Sometimes you put them in a situation where they feel like they have to be like that.
Right.
You got women who they work in offices and they say they can't. Women, are emotional. They will cry if they feel a certain way, and they can't do that in a place working with like all of us. They won't feel, even though they're a woman, but once you're in that workplace, you can't walk around with that kind of a stigma with you. But also, I feel like there's always these kind of strong and powerful women like who just got those kind of traits throughout history, from Queen Elizabeth to Bloody Mary to I forget the name of that Queen Mary. They called her Bloody Mary because she killed. She didn't care. She killed people. And a lot of people will say, "Oh, that's the man's trait to be war hungry and stuff like that." But no, there's women when they on that path, they got that.
Chi say Ronald rolled his eyes as soon as there was mention of women being awesome. Why? That's what Chi said. I ain't say that. What Chi said.
Well, I don't know if you will listen to my last thing I just said. But I just said women are strong, women are powerful. They always have been throughout history, and that comes up, even throughout time. That's why I was saying it's not a new thing today. So women have always been on their game and different, and wow.
Being that like women raise children when guys leave and stuff, I think that plays a strong role in their strength.
Absolutely.
Because I mean, if what's to stop a woman from saying, "Well, I don't want to do this. I want to do this, that, and the other," and now the kid just by himself? Because a lot of dudes, you know, hey, this ain't my thing. This ain't what I want to do.
Right.
And they leave the kid and the woman. Well, if the woman
So she has no choice.
Yeah. Well, she got a choice.
Well, if
adoption facilities are there.
No, if a family starts out a family and the strongest source of that family, which is the man, leaves, then what choice does that woman have but to be a father and a mother to that child and raise that child? There's a lot of single mothers out here.
On a man's best day, he's not a mother. On a woman's best day, she's not a father. She may be a super awesomest thing on the planet, mother, but she's not a father.
Right.
And vice versa.
But when all that's left to do is to try to be the father and the man over that house. So do you know how many mothers will beg to differ with what you're saying now? I've tried everything I could to be.
But you can't try to be something that you're not. You can't try and be a father because you're a woman.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You're a great mother.
Right. There's only
I was raised by a single parent father, and I give Kenneth Allen Moore Sr., I give him all the props in the world because, you know, he didn't have to do what he did. But by no stretch of the imagination could he compare to Regina Janet Schofield.
Right.
You know, my mom, you know, she brought my silly out. She was the hugger, the kisser, the this, that, and so on and so forth. That's her. She's the nurturer. My father wasn't. That wasn't him.
So you spent time between the both of them?
Definitely.
Okay, now what about the children that only stayed in the house with the mother?
Exactly.
With the mother for 20 and 30 years. If you know a lot of the successful ball players, NBA players, and actors that make it, the first thing they want to do is take care of their mama.
Yep, because their mama been there for them.
And I can even think, just going back, I know I want to take it back, just to start with us from here, definitely with black women being in a position to be strong, period, from slavery to Jim Crow to they kids being hung to all this. Like, so, I mean, black women always done had to be strong. When they was talking about women just got the right to work, black women had already been working for a couple of 100 years over here.
But does that put a man down? Does that put the today man in a category, like Doc said when it started off, is how women are making men feel and putting them in a certain position in life now?
I think the government has played a strong role in the minority community. I think the whole thing of welfare, you can't have a man in the home, that played a huge role in our demise. I think this incarceration of us at this massive rate for nonsense, I think that plays the longest sentences for us. All that plays a role. You know, there's like 64,000 African American females missing.
Wow.
I guarantee you, if the brothers was on the block, that number would be a whole lot lower.
Right.
But they're unprotected, and we just aren't there. And with the whole feminization of men, we don't even see the value in women like we used to, in my opinion.
Right.
You know, I mean, all these guys say their mother this and their mother that, but then how do they treat their woman?
Right.
You feel me on that one? I mean, now don't get me wrong, because the woman has changed a lot as well. I don't need a man and this, that, and the other, and the man can't do this and can't do that. And a lot of women will step out and do their thing and so on and so forth. So by no means am I trying to make anybody, you know, just the quote unquote superior.
Right.
But on that same note,
right,
I feel like that when we take the attributes of the other sex, we're taking the wrong attributes. Right. I can't speak for any homosexual, you know, because I'm not a homosexual. I ain't got nothing against y'all. Right. But I just don't understand it. If that's you and that's who you are, why not be the intelligent one?
Right.
Why not, you know?
In my bill, well, in my business, in the field that I'm in my ministry, I've done a lot more funerals than I have weddings because nobody's getting married anymore. You know, it's far and few people that are calling my phone number and saying, hey, minister, you know, could you perform a wedding? However, on the vice side of it, I'm getting a plethora of calls saying, hey, minister, can you perform a funeral for us?
Wow.
So I agree cold-hearted with Doc is the way that the relationships are going, people ain't fooling with them no more.
Yeah, exactly.
Because everybody's wild and crazy out here.
Yeah. I saw a Facebook meme that read, women, why you don't cook like grandma used to? And the woman said, you don't pay bills like granddaddy used to. Sheila Dawson Wright says, she has no choice but to stand up and be everything her kids need her to be. Ask Robert, he know from experience.
Hey, Ma, that's true.
Well,
So I got a question before we log out. You know, the big question. So who cooler, men or women?
cooler.
I'm just messing with you.
I ain't finna touch on that subject at all.
I would.
Baby girl, I love you. Family, I got much love for you. All my military brothers and sisters, I have none but respect for you. I'll fight and die for you any day of the week. I don't have none but mad respect for you and what you do. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. You Kings want to give a shout out? Because we got to go.
Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. I'll be in Maryland and in Boston this week and this weekend, so I'll catch y'all out there.
Do they make good food out there? Y'all got some
The Boston market.
y'all got dressing and stuff like that.
Yeah, we got like good Chinese food, like
Chinese food?
Chinese food on Thanksgiving?
No, not on Thanksgiving. I mean, like,
Y'all
I'm just
make
saying
the
in
turkey
general.
and the ham and the dressing and the macaroni and cheese, the big one, you know, the
What's
the
like
ghetto
the
macaroni.
we got like the state dish or like the the area dish?
Like seafood.
I ain't mad at you.
Yeah, got good.
Absolutely. Shouts out to my family. I love you so much. Shouts out to my mother. Shouts out to my church. And I want to give a special shout out. I did a meet and greet this weekend on behalf of the Talk Show Kings. I was at Community Health System. Shouts out to the CEO and Director Javon Gibson. Mr. Gibson, thank you for having us. On behalf of Talk Show Kings, I really enjoyed mentoring to the young men and enjoying that program. You'll have an opportunity to meet us, to greet us. Please send in comments if you want us to come to any event that you're having, socializing, media core. Please send a shout out to the Talk Show Kings, and we'll be happy to be there. Shouts out to my lovely and beautiful wife, Natalie, my support system. I love you so much, and to this awesome director, Mr. Felix Washington, and also shouts out to Mr. Marcus Gibbons, the technical director. What an excellent, great job. Also to Ms. Barksdale, thank you, love, for the media support.
All right, thank King Lundy got everybody. So love you.
Peace, fam.
Peace.
TV 1061, conceptualizing your ideas across the world and beyond.